everyone. So this week I thought we'd chat about journaling. Journaling has changed my life. I've been doing it since I was the earliest memory, maybe second grade, actually maybe fifth grade. I had a journal that had a lock. I lost the key to it, so all you have to do to unlock it is just bang the lock against a hard surface. I think my mom figured that out because she actually read my journal in the fifth grade, and they meaning my parents, were very strict, and they did not approve of me having a social life, but also having crushes on boys. And she saw that I wrote about a boy named Jose, and she glued those pages together because she did not approve of me writing about my crushes. But yes, I've been doing it for a long time. I thought I'd chat about, first of all, before I dive into the meat of this video, I wanted to say that I think it's a great therapeutic way, a therapeutic tool to use in your lifetime. I wish more people would do it. It's culture, but if you can't afford therapy, it's a great way to kind of work through some issues yourself. And there's always journaling prompts to help kick you off if you don't know where to start. It's a great way to just kind of mind dump and work through whatever it is you're going through. So yes, I'm a big proponent on journaling, and these are just a few of my filled journals. Patreon, I thought I'd talk about how journaling has helped me as a content creator and blogger. And I have five reasons for you to start a journal if you are serious about blogging and content creating. But like I said, I just think it's a great thing to do no matter what. And so here we are. So how journaling has helped me as a blogger and content creator. First off, it's great for clearing out your head. So there is a journaling technique that's called the morning pages, or it's called morning pages. It's by Julia Cameron. She wrote the book, The Artist's Way. And it's a great book for creatives, but one of the things that came out of that book was her talking about your morning pages. And the idea of morning pages is the very first thing in the morning, you write down, you fill 3 pages of stream of consciousness. So I use this as I have different kinds of journals, but the journals I use for morning pages are just what I call everyday journals. And so this is like the page standard that I use, like the size. So I filled 3 of these pages. And her idea or her rule is to not stop until you fill 3 pages. And she also discourages you going beyond the 3 pages. And the idea is if you do this often, you're gonna, first of all, you'll feel cleansed. You feel lighter. And if you've been doing it for a while, you won't have that much to clear out of your brain, so you won't have an easy 3 pages to fill. And because you cannot stop until you fill those 3 pages, what I find myself doing is working through mental projects. So if I need to fill up the 3 pages and I know that I have like a blog post idea that hasn't been fleshed out, then I'll use the remaining page or however much space I have left to kind of brainstorm and work it through. I've also used the remaining page to write out a draft for a blog post to get your juices running. So the routine, the structure of doing 3 full pages, she recommends every day. I do every other day. That's my goal. It's great to kind of sit down and get your wheels turning, but also essentially you have a clear mind, and then if you have extra space, you can work through whatever projects you're working through and write it out. So that's the first one, is to clear out your brain. Second thing is it's great to record your progress and your momentum. So I've created, this is not Julia Cameron, but when I do my morning pages, I start off the same way every time. It's a journaling routine that I write out. I start off with 10 things I'm grateful for. It used to be 3 things, but I found after my dad died, I needed, or as my dad was suffering through his stroke, I needed more I needed to dig deeper for positivity. So I challenged myself to come up with 10 things I'm grateful for. And you can repeat yourself. I use my dogs often when I list out the 10 things that I'm grateful for. So I start off that way. I start off with 10 happy things. And then I do another checkpoint list that I got from Brene Brown in one of her earlier books. It's going through the vows. So A is abstaining. For me, this is TMI again. My A, what I want to abstain from is stalking people that are not good for me to stalk online. So my first check-in for A, abstain, is did I abstain from unhealthy stalking? And I give myself a kudos if I did. And so here I have A, yes. And then E is for exercise. Normally I say no for that because I'm really bad about exercising, and that is a Brene Brown thing, her check-in. So E is for exercise. I is what have you done for yourself? It could be a common thing that I list. I'm looking at it right now is journaling or getting enough sleep or treating yourself to a mental break. Whatever it is, you can list that. O is what have you done for others? So did you help? For me, the common ones are helping my mom with something, treating our family to a home cooked meal, etc., whatever it is you want. And then U, another check-in for the letter U is unexpressed feelings. And usually I'm very expressive about my feelings with the people that I love. So I usually get a good check for that. Like I don't have any unexpressed feelings. So that's another thing I do. And then finally, this is the point that I was making is recording your progress and momentum. The next question I ask before I go into free writing is what have I done towards my dreams? And then I just list out checkpoints like this is what I've done today. I Instagrammed this post, I scheduled a blog post, and that just is a great way to kind of give yourself momentum, like a sense of momentum, a sense of accomplishment to kind of propel you into more action. But it's also great because the longer you do this, the more you can check back and see, oh, I just looked back in 2017 and I was really excited because I was going to my first press trip. And that was one of the things I did towards my dreams. And looking back this week on 2017, I'm like, wow, that's a huge accomplishment. I've gone on a few more press trips since then. And back in 2017, it was such an uncharted territory. So it's a great way to feel good about yourself. A lot of content creators that I've gotten close to, we have something in common, and it's always feeling terrible about ourselves. Like we never feel like we're doing enough, producing enough, learning enough, improving enough. And journaling really helps you snap out of that unkind mental chatter. So that's the third benefit of journaling for becoming a better blogger. That was the second. The third one is idea capturing. Sometimes when I'm feeling creatively blocked, I will just pick up an old journal and flip through it. I tend to add flags to any of idea pages so that if I were to ever look back, I can go back and see, what is this list that I want to check out. The pink tab for this list is a master list of meals, but I often do every journal I start, I always have like a master list of like goals or bucket lists, and it's usually tabbed. And then you can go back and see like, what is it that I wanted to do a couple years ago? Chances are you didn't do everything on your list. So it's a great tool for content creation, like content ideas, brainstorming. But yeah, you'll see like every journal has a few tabs, even the skinny ones. So that's the third tip. I just buried my list. Fourth reason why you should have a journal to help you with your blog is it helps with your writing. Writing for your blog is another thing, and writing for yourself is obviously different. But it gives you another opportunity to practice putting your thoughts and feelings and translating it into actual words. I will argue that starting a blog is even better for that practice of writing because you're doing it with an audience in mind. But journaling, of course, helps. And number 5, the last tip, the last reason for you to consider journaling is it's great for manifesting. I know that's a little woo woo, but I think that there is a little magic that happens with writing down your wishes and your goals. The act of writing the words down, like I want to go on a press trip, I want to be paid to be a travel influencer. There's, for me in my life, there's a little magic that happens because sometimes you write these goals down and then your real life kind of gets in the way and you just forget that that's something you wanted for yourself, and then you look back and you're like, holy crap, this bucket list I wrote 10 years ago, I've, even though I didn't check in and intentionally do it, I've checked everything off this list, and it keeps happening in my life, and I keep reading about other people with that same experience. So journaling is also a great way to manifest all the blessings in your life that you want. And that's it. I can go on and on about journaling, but I thought I'd focus on the ways it helps you as a blogger. And I don't know if you feel the same way, if you blogged or journaled, not blog, if you've journaled or kept a journal, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. If you don't, or if you tried it and you hate it, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it too. So comment down below and let me know. Great, bye.